I'll kick things off with fresh strawberry jam that I'll work into Bostik. Now, this is a spectacular breakfast pastry. If you've got a quart of strawberries that are ripe and fresh, you are ready to make jam. I've hulled the strawberries and cut them in half, just to make them cook down quickly. So I'll start this on medium heat and add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. When I'm making jam, I like to buy my fresh fruit the day that I'm going to make the jam. That way I know they're at their peak sweetness and they have the best flavor. There we go. The strawberries are nice and soft now. So I can add the sugar, 3½ cups. You can reduce the sugar if you wish, but then you no longer have a jam that can be stored on your pantry shelf. So you can keep it in the fridge or in the freezer. And now I just need to liquefy the sugar. Bring this back up to a full simmer. You might find, and this is typical to strawberry jam mostly, that you get a little foam at the top. What you can do is add a teaspoon of butter, and that helps actually deflate the foam. But it's a good idea if you do see any foam to just take a spoon and scrape it off the surface. And now I'm going to add my pectin. All you need to do with liquid pectin is stir it in, make sure the jam comes right up to a simmer again, and that's it. But while the jam is still hot and fluid, I'll ladle it into my jars. I always put a tea towel underneath just to catch any drips. And it has to really cool completely to set fully. And I've just got plastic lids because these will be going into the fridge once they've cooled completely to room temperature. And here it is out of the fridge. Look at that. It's set, but it's not overly firm. That's how I like my strawberry jam. And how I also like it is when it's baked into Bostik. Oh, this is a breakfast pastry you are going to love. I've got 6 slices of brioche that has been toasted. So to make that soft frangipane or almond paste filling, I've got 5 tablespoons of softened butter, and I'll combine that with 1/3 cup of sugar. Essentially, this is almond paste that you would find in an almond croissant, except it's getting baked on top of the brioche. So, you need a single egg, quick little stir, and just a touch of vanilla and almond extract, and then ground almonds, 3/4 cup. Don't even have to precisely measure. And when you get this nice smooth paste, you know you're all set. But now to assemble, I put a layer of this strawberry jam. I want a generous slather on the toasted brioche. This has become one of my new favorite items to serve when I have guests coming over for brunch, because I assemble them ahead of time, and then when the guests arrive, I pull them out of the oven. It smells like I made a batch of fresh almond croissants. And now, I dollop the almond paste on. I don't fuss too much about arranging this almond paste because it spreads as it bakes. And the finishing touch, a sprinkle of sliced almonds right on top, so that when the almonds are in the oven, they toast up perfectly. Now this is ready for the oven that I've preheated at 350, and they only take about 15 minutes to bake. Ooh, does that smell good? Doesn't that just absolutely look stunning? You've got the toast, and then that soft jam that's kind of soaked into the toast, and then this almond layer on top. I can't wait another minute. Mmm.